Hey guys, it's your girl Jan. Welcome to my channel. Today I'll be reviewing the NYX off Tropic palette. I used that today for my eyes. So if you want to know all the details, all the breakdown of this palette, just keep on watching. Make sure to subscribe first though. Alright, so I bought this palette at Ulta for $9. I found it in the white tag section. So if you're looking for this at Ulta in like the regular NYX section with like their foundations and everything, it's not there. Also, when you look up off Tropic, there are two different palettes. I'll put a picture of the one that I didn't purchase, but this one is the one I got. It was only $9. Like I said, it was in the white tag section. So I was really surprised that a palette like this with so many colors in it would only be $9, especially from NYX. So of course I got it. Today on my eye, I used this cranberry color here, this deep purple, and this peachy color in the center of my eye. And then I tried to use the gold, but it did not work. Okay. So the very first time I used this palette was actually a few weeks ago. I'll plug the video that I was in my purple cut crease video, and I used the pink and it was not pigmented at all. Like I kept picking it up and nothing was coming off. I had to use setting spray for it to show up at all, and then it was still then not very opaque. So, or excuse me, then it still wasn't very vibrant. So I was expecting this whole palette to be complete trash. Honestly, I thought it was gonna be garbage. So when I used it, I was very surprised when I first dipped into this, how pigmented it was. I won't start the clip because I tried to look once, I didn't like where it was going, and so I restarted over again. But this was very pigmented. This had a lot of color. This had a lot of color as well. I didn't have to keep going into it. And this palette does not have a lot of kickback. So if you're somebody who doesn't like fallout or like messy pans or anything like that, I swirled my brush in it a few times and there wasn't any kickback or it wasn't going crazy or anything like that. So you don't have to worry about that. However, when I went into this here, it was a mess. It was a patchy mess. And then even when I sprayed it with like setting spray to dampen my brush, it still was not showing up. So I don't know, maybe tell me if I'm doing it wrong, let me know. Like it wasn't working. I eventually made it work. I had to chalk it up and then basically pack it on as if it was a pigment. And then after that, I went to go use this gold shimmer here, and I chalked it up because that's how I do most of my shimmers. Tapped it in the brush, and I went to go and I sprayed it with setting spray. That might have been what messed it up. And I went to go put it on top of the peach, and when I say the peach came off, like it was starting to pick up on the brush and it wasn't staying down, and I was like, oh no. So I had to go back and go put more peach on top and just say forget the gold because I didn't want to sacrifice the look. I am very curious as to how this yellow pays off. Let me see if I can swatch it. It does swatch okay. I have foundation on my hand, so excuse me. It does swatch decent, but a swatch really is not the same thing as picking it up on a brush. So I think I'm going to test this this palette out again. My guess is that from what I've used is that all the dark shades are probably very pigmented, great to pick up, great for use, and all the lighter shades are probably terrible and not pigmented, and you have to do a lot more work with it. So like for instance, the peach, the pink, I'm afraid the yellow is going to be like that, and I think the red is probably going to be like that as well. Like I said, I'm going to do another video with this palette using those colors. I know I switched eyeshadow pretty fast. For real, y'all. I said I wanted to give the other colors in the shadow palette, the other colors in this palette, a try. So I went in with, I tried the blue, the green, and the yellow this time. Last time I used all of these, so I've tested almost every color except I want to say the red. I don't think I've tried this red before. So I've tried the majority of the colors in this palette so that I can give you guys an accurate review of this palette. Like I said before, there's no kickback, so that's great. It's only $9, so I don't really think you can beat that regardless of whether or not the shadows have a huge payoff. However, like I predicted before, The green has a great payoff. Like, it's amazing. It doesn't have a ton of kickback, and it has a great payoff for the first time. Like, when you dip in it, it does show up pretty pigmented. Not the most pigmented, but I mean, it's a $9 palette, so like, what do you expect? The blue does a pretty decent job too. However, just like I expected, the yellow did not do very much. Just like the pink, the yellow and the pink kind of perform, I assume, the same. But I was looking at the back of this, and there are stars by 1, 2, here, let me show you guys. There are stars by 1, 2, 6, 7, 9, and 10, and those are all pressed pigments. I'm surprised these two are not the same, like either pigment or shadow, because they do perform like almost identical. They don't show up very much, and you have to like go in again and either pack them on, even spraying with like water or Fix Plus or something like that, so it didn't make it super intense, and you had to build it up a lot, which is part of the reason I ended up putting on this pigment in my eye. If you want the tutorial for this look, it's going to be in the description box below. However, it's not just this palette, so that's just a fair warning. But I definitely would buy this, pick up this palette again. It's only $9. You get 10 shadows. You get a shimmer. The shimmer doesn't have a lot of payoff, but I mean, hey, it's in there. Just that it's in there, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's only $9. I really don't think you can beat that. So if I had to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it, I'll give it a 7, just because there are some shadows in there that barely show up at all, but at the end of the day, it's only $9. Like, this is something that I could definitely see just throwing in my makeup case with a neutral palette, so I can make different looks with. So yeah, that's it for this video. Like I said, if you want to see this eye look, it will be in the link below, will be in my description box. If you want to see the go-to and tutorial for the first look, it will be in the description box below as well. But yeah, that's it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment below if you have any questions, and subscribe to the Jen fam. Bye. That was it. This is it. That was it. Comment, like, subscribe, and